dimple stitch. You can see all these neat little dimples in the fabric here. This is a 16 row repeat, and some of those rows are just knits or purls, so I'm not going to show you those. I'm going to show you the rows with the slip stitches and the gather stitches, and you can get the written pattern in its entirety at theweeklystitch.blogspot.com. So row 1 is just a knit row, and I've already gone ahead and done that, so I'm going to start by showing you row 2. So for row 2, you just start by purling the first stitch, and then you're going to make sure the yarn is in the front of your work, and you're going to slip 3 stitches, purl 3 stitches until you get to the end of the row. So it's slip 3, slip them purlwise, and then knit or purl 3, slip 3, purl 3, slip, purl, slip 3, and then purl your last stitch. Row 3 of the pattern, I'm going to knit the first stitch, and then with the yarn in back of your work, you're going to slip 3, knit 3 to the end of the row. So slip 3, and make sure that your yarn is in the back for this row. Knit 3, slip, knit, slip, knit, slip 3, and then you're just going to knit the last stitch. Now row 4 is the same as row 2, so it's purl the first stitch, and then making sure your yarn is in the front of your work, it's slip 3, purl 3 to the end, so slip 3, purl 3, slip, purl, slip, purl, slip, and purl your last stitch. Now rows 5 and 7 are knit plain across the row, and row 6 is just a purl row. So I'm going to do those rows, and then I'm going to come back and show you row 8. Okay, we're ready to do row 8, and for row 8 you're going to start by purling 2 stitches, and then we're going to gather some stitches. So if you look here, and it's kind of hard to tell at the beginning of the row, if you can see, there are these 3 strands right here, and those are from the rows where you were slipping stitches. So what you need to do is you're going to take your right needle and go under these 3 strands right here, and then with the yarn in the back of your work, you're going to knit the next stitch, And then you're going to pull that stitch under those 3 strands and then bring the yarn back to the front of the work so that you can purl. You're going to purl 5 stitches. Okay, and we're going to gather stitches again. So you see these 3 strands here. You're going to take your right needle, go under those strands, knit the next stitch, and then pull that stitch under the strands, purl 5, and then again, right needle goes under these 3 strands, knit the next stitch, pull it under the strands, purl 5, and this is the last gather for this row. Under the 3 strands, knit the next stitch, pull it under those strands, and then end the row by purling 2. Okay, row 9 is just a plain knit row, so I'm going to do that and then come back and show you row 10. Okay, so row 10, you're going to purl your first stitch, and then you're going to purl 3, slip 3 across the row, so purl 3 stitches, slip 3 with your yarn in front, purl 3, slip. So you see, this is what's making those strands that you pick up on later rows, is when you're holding the yarn like this across those slipped stitches. Purl 3, slip, and then you're going to knit, or I'm sorry, purl the last 4 stitches of this row. So row 11, going to knit the first 4 stitches, and then make sure that your yarn stays in the back of your work, and you're going to slip 3, knit 3 to the end of the row. So slip, knit, slip, knit, slip, and knit those last 4 stitches. Now row 12 is the same as row 10. So it's purl the first stitch, and then you're purling 3, slipping 3. Slip, purl, and then purl your last 4. So rows 13 and 15 are knit and row 14 is purl. So I'm going to do that and then come back and show you the last row of the pattern. Okay, last row of the pattern, you're going to purl 5 stitches. And then you're going to be gathering the stitches again. So you take these 3 strands, right needle goes under, knit the next stitch, and then pull the stitch under those 3 strands, purl 5, and then gather your stitches. Right needle goes under the 3 strands, knit the next stitch, pull it under those strands, purl 5, gather the stitches, and then you're just going to purl your last 5 stitches. And you're going to repeat those rows, and that gives you the dimple stitch. And like I said, you can get the written pattern at theweeklystitch.blogspot.com.